Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 2020 planner. This is a happy planner and I hope everyone is staying safe and staying indoors. I know that this is crazy and we all just can't wait for it to be over, but we have to do our part to make it end. So I figured this would be a great video to do, just, you know, looking forward to events to come and trying to stay positive through all of this. So anyways, I'm going to be doing a review on the Happy Planner Wedding Extension Pack, as well as just talking about my planner in general, how I'm formatting it, and all of that good stuff. So if you are just here to see the review of the Wedding Extension Pack, not a problem. I'll go ahead and put the time up where you can fast forward to where I start talking about that. But otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So just off the bat here, this is what my planner looks like. I think it's so pretty and so spring. It's just a nice pastel blue with little white paint swatches, and then the 2020 is reflective down, and the actual text is like reflective as well. And this is a happy planner. I got this one at that was Frankie. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. I did not find this one at Michael's. I will link this below if I can find it. However, I know that they change their planners out really frequently, so TBD on that one. So just opening up the planner, on the inside it has another kind of paint speckle situation on the inside here, which I absolutely love. Like, I just feel like this is really me. I love things like this. If this were like neutral colors, I'd be obsessed with it. However, I don't think they do any like that, so it is what it is. But then most happy planners start off with an introduction page that says this planner belongs to. I kind of took 2 or 3 different planners and morphed them together to create the planner that's perfect for me. I also did something that is a little unconventional, but I think that it'll work better for me because I just personally work better like this. So instead of having the daily layout, I took all those pages out and am solely doing a monthly layout. I really like this because I, especially with school and work and now planning a wedding, well, I'm not working right now either, unfortunately. Luckily though, Lululemon is still paying all of their employees, which I am so grateful and appreciative for. That is so amazing, and they're really just a great company and great to their employees. But when I was working, you know, I would lay out the dates that I had to work, and it's really nice to see everything in a weekly or monthly view so I know what's going on. I was finding that with the daily setup, I would there'd be like an assignment due on Monday and I wouldn't know until I flipped the page over, and I kind of just tend to leave my planner open like this and just like look at what's going on. So anyway, I would get stuck on Sundays having to do assignments that were due the next day, and I just don't like doing that. So I went ahead and switched over to the monthly layout. Really love it. And these pages are actually from a different happy planner, and I will link that one down below as well. Like I said, I combined this one with another one that I had because I liked aspects of each of them, so I kind of just made it into one. So that is the layout of my planner. We have each month, and then on the back we have a breakdown of the month. So it says March, errands to buy, calls, emails, bills to pay, and focus. And then it just moves right in to the next month, monthly layout here, and the breakdown. So I really love all of the pages. I think this is just so cute and fun. I'll go ahead and just show you the tabs for each month. This one says gratitude is the memory of the heart. Cute. This one says give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. And this is just another paint speckle situation. This one says every day of our lives we are on the verge of making those slight changes that would make all the difference. Another different colored paint speckle. And I actually had my planner stop at October. The reason that I did that is I actually am graduating in April. Yay, sound the alarm, so excited. I'm a 5th year, I'm finally escaping prison. I'm so happy. I know some people like miss college, they're sad to go, but I've been here an extra year. I'm not sad to go, I'm ready to bounce. So I'm graduating in April and our wedding is November 1st. So I kind of just wanted the focus of this planner to be for school and all of the wedding events. So with our wedding being November 1st, this goes until October 31st, and I just felt like that was perfect. All right, now on to the fun part. I am going to talk about the Happy Planner Wedding Extension Pack, and I absolutely love it. I saw it probably a couple months ago and I was like, wow, that's so cute, and it's perfect because I'm someone who is really loyal to the Happy Planner, and it just pops right in and it has everything you could possibly need. Again, I did morph even this section into what I wanted it to be for me personally. It comes with a couple other tabs. I will talk about those as well, but for now I'm just going to show you what is in there for me and how I'm using it. All right, so here we are on the back month of October, and at the end here we have the start of the extension pack. So the way I section this off is just with this cute little heart paper clip. That way when it's closed, you are able to see where that starts and I can easily get to it. So on the back side of this, I actually got this little pack of stickers off of Etsy, and it came with that heart paper clip. I will go ahead and tag them down below as well. So they just say like create registry, visit venue, meet caterers, cake tasting. It even has cute little like party ones, which I really appreciate. I'm definitely going to use those. And as you can tell, I've already started to use the stickers, and this guy as well. And then I also had one that says like how many months until the wedding, and I used all of those, and those just looked like this. Okay, so on the first page here it has wedding events at a glance, and I have not filled this out yet. We are not doing an engagement party. We had kind of like a makeshift engagement party with my family and his family, so that was kind of that. We did that the night that we got engaged. I'll link our video here if you were interested in seeing that. He actually proposes to me. He recorded it, which is amazing. So that is in this video right here if you want to check that out. And then, so moving on, bridal shower, bachelorette party, bachelor party, ceremony, rehearsal dinner, ceremony, reception. So I've only filled out the date of the ceremony and reception because that's all we know so far. And then over here, this is the tab for vendors, and this I have been filling out. This is just like the vendor contact list, so once you make your final decisions, you can put everyone's information here. That way you could possibly just take a picture of this or take this physically out and give it to the people who need their contact information, like your maid of honor or, you know, your venue, whoever. And then over here, this is just a vendor list, and it shows a couple different options. So there's 3 different areas where you can compare different venues. So we ended up going with Jorgensen Historic Barn, which is a really beautiful venue here in Ohio. And so I just wrote down the information for them, and some of the things that are included here is just like good questions to ask them, trying to figure out when payments are due, all that good jazz. And again, just more questions, and it's like, do you have a liquor license? Can we provide our own liquor? Is there room for a band and or dance floor? Is there a sound system? Like just a lot of questions that you can ask them. And the last page of questions as well, and a spot just for additional notes that you need to take. Obviously I have filled this all out, but this would be blank when you purchase it. And then it also just has some helpful tips at the bottom of these pages, which is really cool. So then it goes into the caterer, and again, it just goes through and it has a bunch of questions that you can ask here. We did already meet with our caterer. However, the caterer is required through the vendor we chose, or the venue that we chose. So I didn't get a chance to ask all of these questions, but I did have a general idea of like what I needed to ask and things that kind of just had to be the way that they were. And then again, so same thing, these next few pages are just questions to ask your vendors. We have not chosen or met with any cake bakers yet. Florist, again, we're going to be using the florist through this venue. This venue is awesome, you guys. Like they have everything they could possibly have, and it's a little on the pricey side, but they have a florist that you can choose. They have a caterer already, and you get a wedding planner along with the cost of the venue. I'm just going to cover up this part because it has his personal information, but again, it just asks questions about things that you need to know, such as what is the continuous music charge, when will you provide the contract, are there any additional fees, what's the refund policy, blah blah blah. Then again, for our photographer, I don't think there's anything on here you can't really see. Just a bunch of questions like shooting style, overtime, deposit amount, do you offer an album option, so just a lot of questions for him. There's also a place for your ring information to fill out, and then there's extra pages here where it just says like vendor contact information. And so we're gonna hire a videographer, and this is a place for that. We can fill that out, and then any other things that we think of that we don't have already in there, like maybe the dessert people that we're gonna be in contact with, getting all the information we need to know on a piece of paper here. So moving on to the next portion is budget, and this is what the page looks like for budget. So this is actually my absolute favorite part about this entire extension pack, is the fact that it comes with a wedding budget breakdown. So whatever your number is, whether it be 5,000, 25,000, 50,000, like you spend what you spend, you can just take these percentages of your budget, and that's how much you should budget for each of these things. And I just think that's absolutely amazing. And this side is a way to kind of budget what is actually happening. So you can put your budget, which is just this percentage over here, the vendor estimate, and what you actually spend, which I think is amazing. We are actually doing all of this through an Excel spreadsheet. That way we can share it with our families, because our parents and ourselves are actually all contributing to the wedding, so it's much easier for everyone to be able to see everything through an Excel spreadsheet. But yes, so this is just a continuous, I kind of started to fill out with the photographer, but I'm probably not really going to use this section if I'm being honest. Then the next tab is checklists, and this says love, cherish, honor, which is really cute. And this guy is your breakdown. So it's going to tell you all the things that you need to do. We started planning our wedding 8 months out. So it was really important the first month we got engaged to get all of this done and all of this down. Some of these things are like, I don't know why they're in there. They're not necessarily really important, like announce engagement. But some of the things on here are very important, like picking your honeymoon destination and selecting your bridesmaids and groomsmen. That's all really important. And so yeah, then you have your 9 to 12 months before checklist. You have your 6 to 9 months before checklist here. And like I said, we've started, but we're definitely not going at like a quick pace. And I just wrote like the general month. I was writing an actual date, like on this page I was like March 1st, let's get all this stuff done by, but I'm trying to be, you know, relaxed and calm with myself. So by April, sometime in April, I'd like these things to be done. And July, you know, because it says 3 to 6 months before, I would like these things to be done in July. So yeah, and then you get it 2 months before, 1 month before, again, just a lot of things to do, and then also notes at the bottom. That way if they don't say something, you can add it in yourself. And it's so thorough, you guys. It goes from like 12 months out down to 2 weeks, 1 week, the day before, and the wedding day. So that's just amazing. Like, that's so helpful. It's just, everything's right there in front of you. And this page is cute. It's an emergency kit, so just like random things that maybe you'll need that day, or maybe you forgot about, like you don't want to forget deodorant, that would really suck. Or if you're getting married outside and everything's going to be outside, maybe sunscreen, you don't want to get sunburnt and your pictures don't look good at all. And then also it has a bunch of weekly to-do lists on this side. If you have a couple weeks where you're trying to do the majority of things, like I can see this being really useful towards the end when you're like a week out, trying to really, you know, buckle down on those important little things and who needs to do it and how you're gonna get it there. Like I could totally see that being useful. So the next part is the wedding party. So it has like wedding party contact list. I have filled all of this out, so I don't really want to show you. I can show you this side. So this is what the other side looks like too, and then on the bottom, like it's just other people. But yeah, that's basically what the other part looked like too, but we filled that out. And that the other part was just for the bridesmaids and groomsmen. And then on this, we have the bridesmaid fashion and groomsmen fashion. So just kind of figuring out what you want them to wear, where you're gonna get it, all the things that they could need. We are ordering ours from Lulu's. I found a beautiful, beautiful dress there that I had the girls buy, and it's so adorable. So cheaper options, you know, you don't gotta blow the bank. I think the dress was like $80, maybe $90. And there was a sale on one of the days. It was like if you buy before midnight, you get 20% off. So ended up being a really good deal for my bridesmaids, which I appreciate. Then you have your flower girl fashion, ring bearer fashion, and beauty notes. So how you want your hair, your makeup, your nails, who's doing it, what your appointment schedules are, all that good stuff. And then also it has a little segment at the bottom here if you want to get crazy and like choose your bridesmaids nails. I'm not really gonna do that, but obviously I'll probably do that for myself. And last page on this guy is the wedding party gifts. So your bridesmaids, groomsmen, usher, flower girl, ring bearer, parents of the groom, and parents of the bride. So this is a good place to brainstorm and also just have, I also love the tabs of the wedding extension pack. They're so beautiful. So this one is guests, and on this side it tells you like a guide to invitation. So here's an invitation suite with all the things that you can do. Save the dates, programs, menu, escort cards, place cards, thank you cards. We are by no means doing all of this. You by no means have to do all of this. Save the world, save the paper. Obviously, if you want to do all this, go for it. It's your wedding, but we're probably just going to be doing like the invite and RSVP card and the save the date, to be completely honest with you. But it also has tips here at the bottom to help you as well, like with wording the invitations, how you should like say things, and also to like let them know what the dress code is. Just help them out. And then it moves in here to the master guest list, which again, we are doing this on, we are doing this on Excel, much easier. Just really what I want to do. It actually came with like 6 different sheets of this, but I took them out because, like I said, I'm going to be using Excel. So again, you can make this how you want to. Like use what you know you're going to use. Don't use what you're not going to use. Excel is your best friend in a lot of this stuff. But these pages I did want to keep in here. I figured I could just give this to my maid of honor during like the bridal showers and stuff like that, so she could write down who the gifts were from, what they got, and like I later can check off whether or not I wrote them and sent them thank you cards. So that's like something small that you wouldn't even think about, but this has already thought of for you. So really cool. The next tab here is wedding events, and it just has little reflectors here with the heart. And this just goes more in depth to the front page where it tells you like your dates, but this is everything. So like we'll use bridal shower for an example. So the date, location, who's planning it, who's invited. Again, another gift tracker, lots of gift trackers, which is super nice. Like you want to be so thankful for all the things that your guests are doing, and you know, they're really there to support you and love you, and you want to do what you can to make them know that you're appreciative. Bachelorette party, bachelor party. I've kind of like started this a little bit. Ceremony, rehearsal, rehearsal dinner, And then the fun stuff, the wedding day and the honeymoon. So the wedding day just says I do, and it's on like a metallic gold sticker here. And so it says like your wedding day timeline, time, activity, participants, location. And then this is fun too. I actually really appreciate this. There are little things through this planner that are really, really helpful. And this is one of them. So this is the ceremony order of events, and it like breaks down what you need to do. So for example, exchange of vows, ring exchange, pronouncement of marriage, closing remarks, recession, receiving line, all that good stuff. So you can like pick the songs that you want to play. You can have a timeline started, and it just kind of helps, you know? And then again for the reception, guests arrive, bride and groom arrive, welcome, dinner is seated, toasts, dancing begins, dance party. Like, once you start planning a wedding, you realize this is actually really difficult to try to plan out, but having like a template really helps. And then this is just some wedding day reminders, which is really cool. So like this is a wedding tip cheat sheet, and it like tells you how much you should tip all of your vendors. Practice saying your vows out loud. Be sure to wear a casual button-down shirt for hair and makeup. Another thing maybe you don't think of, but it's really easy to take a shirt off that way instead of having to like pull it over your head. And then here, we will definitely be using this. I left these sheets in. It's a seating chart worksheet. So you can kind of draw out like the seats and start planning like who you want to sit where, which, that's like something I'm not looking forward to. I feel like that's just gonna be stressful. And then on this side is your menu, which we actually have picked, which is so exciting. So we can write that down and fill that out and just know that that is completed. And then this page is your delegation of tasks. So who's doing what, when they're doing it, and just, again, this is something you could shoot a picture of to everyone so people know what they're doing, and if they have questions about something like where the gifts are, you know this is the person who's responsible for that. You should talk to them versus like me or Jack. And last but not least is the honeymoon, and this says a true love story never ends, and again, it is that gold reflective. So here is honeymoon planning. We started talking about location ideas like Cabo or Greece, but here we are in the middle of a pandemic, and we might end up just going to Florida to his parents. They have like a beach house down there, and if we can even do that. But I think we're just going to hold off on like a really fun honeymoon and do that for like our 1-year anniversary. Just with everything going on, I just feel like it's way too risky, and it might just be too much to try to do. Like, already planning wedding events through this pandemic has not been fun. So we're probably just gonna go to Florida, or maybe even something closer than that if we can't make that work. It also gives you like a little packing list so you don't forget anything, which is really nice. Again, this really just helps you think of everything, which is cool. And then it goes on into your honeymoon itinerary, so like what you want to be doing, what days. And then there's just a bunch of excess paper that I just put in here to take notes and everything. So as you can see, this is just like a rough timeline draft, which I'm realizing this might not even be real. I don't know. We want our ceremony to be at 3, so I was basing everything before and after that on that time, but who knows, you know. And then these are just some other random notes. And then in the very back, I just put like little to-do lists for myself here. That is my 2020 planner, you guys. All right, so that is my planner for 2020, along with the extension pack that I'm using to plan my wedding. I'm so excited. I can't wait for all of this COVID-19 mess to be over with, so we can get back on track and people can go outside and go back to real life, but also so I can get back to planning this wedding and all the events. Like, trying to figure out bridal showers and bachelorette parties and all that good stuff has been a little scary and crazy, not knowing if it's gonna happen. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment what you think. If you like it, if you're planning a wedding as well, what are some tips that you're using to stay organized and on track? And I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.